From Magome-juku to Tsumago-juku, Samurai Road Journey, 43 Spots of Interest to learn about Japan. Volume 4. This time I visit Ryokan Fujioto, an inn popular with tourists from all over the world, and find out the reason for its popularity. I also see a special exhibition of works by an artist from Nagiso Town, where Tsumago-juku is located. I also explain the Edo government rules written on kosatsu and arrive at Carp Rock, the final destination of the day. Ryokan Fujioto Inn. Ryokan Fujioto is a very popular inn among foreigners and had been ranked second in Japan on the travel review site TripAdvisor for the past 5 years. The Fujiwara family, which runs the business, originally operated a rice wholesaling and silk reeling business and apparently started the inn business in the early Showa era, when business became difficult due to changes in roads and industry. Since there was only one inn at that time, it is said to have been a big hit for weddings and memorial services for the villagers. The current owner has experience working as an expat in Italy and seems to have no problems communicating with foreigners. He also has the name Franco, which was given to him by an Italian benefactor. The customer service is very attentive and provides detailed explanations of the dishes made with local ingredients. For example, why did salt squid appear as a local dish, even though this is a mountainous region? Salt squid was a preserved food in this region. The owner's wife goes to contract farmers and other sources early in the morning to buy fresh local ingredients. The woman says that even if the food looks a bit bad, dishes made with fresh, local ingredients are the most delicious and can be served to customers with confidence. The entrance of the inn is filled with messages of gratitude from travelers from all over the world. The message was filled with gratitude for being able to blend into Japan's ancient culture during the short trip. Hirose Yoshiko Art Show for Charity. When I visited Ryokan Fujioto on this trip, there was an exhibition of works by an artist, Yoshiko Hirose, 1943 to 2015. She is an artist who was born and raised in Nagiso Town, where Tsumago-juku is located. Although she had made painting her hobby since childhood, she had a relatively late start as a painter. After working as a legal technician at a juvenile detention center, she began exhibiting oil paintings in the late 1970s. Unfortunately, she lost her husband at the age of 36. While raising her 2 children, she decided to become a painter for a living and vigorously pursued her painting career. She studied psychology at university and has published many surreal works that express human psychology and society as it appears to people. She received many awards and high praise. In the 1990s, she exhibited not only paintings, but also 3-dimensional works and spatial exhibitions, installations. In her later years, she energetically created works with plant motifs inspired by the scenery and memories of Nagiso, where she was born and raised. On the day she died in her studio in 2015 at the age of 72, she was still working with a brush in her hand. She truly lived her life dedicated to her art. Although she is gone, her passion for art is still alive. Her children have followed artistic path and continue to create works that touch the hearts of viewers with the passion inherited from their mother. Yamagiri Shokudo Restaurant. When it comes to street food in Tsumago-juku and Magome-juku, it is gohei mochi. It is rice that has been crushed until grains remain, then dipped in soy sauce or miso sauce and grilled on skewers. It seems that each shop has different characteristics, and there are flat oval shapes, koban shapes, and spherical shapes, dango shapes. Gohei mochi has long been popular as an offering to mountain gods and as a snack served to guests in the post towns. This is gohei mochi from Yamagiri Shokudo in Tsumago-juku. Please buy a meal ticket. The rice is coated with miso sauce, and the sweet and salty flavor of the miso is just right. The grilled miso is fragrant. Old official bulletin board in Tsumago. This is the old official bulletin board in Tsumago-juku. There was also one in Magome-juku. Kosatsu is a method of writing government laws and regulations on a board and displaying them to inform the public. It was used from ancient times to the 19th century. There are 7 kosatsu here, so let's look at them one by one. First row on the left, forbidding the formation of groups and fighting Meiwa 7, 1770. This is a government decree prohibiting peasants from forming groups and fighting. It was intended to deter riots and rebellions and established a reward system for informing on the target. First row right, forbidding to be a Christian Shotoku 1, 1711. The central government in Edo believed that Christian missionary work was an obstacle to national control. In 1613, a government order was issued to expel Christians from the entire country, but when rebellions broke out among hidden believers, the government tightened its grip by establishing a reward system for informants. Second row left, third row on the right, price revision of hiring men and horses. Tenpo 14, 1843. Travelers could rent men and horses when traveling to the next post. At that time, prices were set according to factors such as distance and weight of luggage. Price of hiring men and horses, the fees for traveling horses and people, were established in 1711, but after 130 years, the prices changed and a government ordinance was issued to revise the fees. There is a record that in 130 years, transportation under the same conditions was 1.5 times more expensive. Second row right, parents and siblings, Shotoku 1, 1711. There are 9 government sub-decrees. 1. Be close to parents and children, siblings, spouses, and servants. 2. Work at the same job and do not exceed your position. 3. Don't lie or force someone to do what they can't do. 4. Don't gamble. 5. Don't fight or argue. 6. Don't shoot recklessly. 7. If you see a thief or bad person, report it. 8. Don't be onlookers during the execution. 9. Do not engage in human trafficking. Third row on the left, forbidding poison trade and counterfeit money production. Shotoku 1, 1711. It prohibits the sale and purchase of poisonous drugs and counterfeit medicines, and any violation is subject to a felony charge. It is also a government ordinance that prohibits the manufacture and sale of counterfeit gold and silver. Third row center, prohibition of arson Shotoku. 1, 1711. This is a government ordinance that mandates the prevention of fires, penalties for arsonists, rewards for informants, and the reporting of lost property. Kuchidome Bansio. This is where the Kuchidome Bansio was located. During the Edo period, the central government set up checkpoints called sekisyo at the borders of local governments and at major transportation points to monitor traffic and logistics and to collect taxes. Local governments also set up Kuchidome Bansio to monitor the influx of tourists and goods and to monitor the escape of criminals. In addition, there was a policy called Iritepo ni de Onna, which regulated the bringing of firearms into Edo and the escape of feudal lords' wives held hostage in Edo. Kuchidome means detain at the mouth, which means that things going in and out of the village, body, are monitored by detaining them at the entrance. Kumagai Residence. The Kumagai family residence is located next to the ruins of Kuchidome Bansio. It is a late Edo townhouse in Tsumago-juku that has been restored and opened to the public. Inside, daily necessities of the time, such as agricultural tools, are on display. Weeding machines, soil containers, sprinkling soil on the roots of wheat and rice to prevent frost damage while they are growing, senba, harvesting rice ears by catching them on pieces of iron, maguwa, horse hoe pulled by cattle or horses to muddy the field, a large bowl for making miso, crushing and mixing boiled soybeans, a tool for crushing boiled soybeans for miso, pedal thresher, successor to the senba, which harvests rice by catching ears of rice, kebatariki, removes unwanted threads from silkworm cocoons, ishiusu, a stone mill for grinding wheat, etc., teshukama, iron kettle used to boil soybeans to make miso, irori, hearth where a fire burns and water boils in a pot and the place to eat and hang out with the family, Carp Rock. This is the last stop on today's Nakasendo Trail. This is a famous place at the northern end of Tsumago-juku. It was drawn as an illustration to introduce Tsumago in the Kisoji Famous Places Book Volume 3, 1805, and it is clear that it was shaped like a carp fish at that time. It is said that the shape of the carp changed because it was moved due to the great earthquake that occurred in Mino in 1891. So the shape of the carp cannot be seen now, but the presence of large rocks that cannot be seen in the surrounding area. As you can see from the illustration, this rock has attracted the attention of travelers since ancient times. The English word for koi is carp, but the Japanese reading is koi. The Japanese word for love is also koi, so there are several love legends associated with this rock. One of them is the legend of the military commander of Tsumago Castle. During the Sengoku period, when Yoshimasa Kiso, the lord of Tsumago Castle, was about to be attacked by a large army of Ieyasu Tokugawa, one of the military commanders of the Kiso army invited the woman to this large rock and told her a love story. It must have been a desperate confession in the midst of the tension of war. Today's trip is over and you will prepare for tomorrow. You can stay at an inn in Tsumago-juku, take a bus back to Magome-juku, or take a bus to Nagiso Station. The last bus to Magome-juku is 1642, as of 2023. Please be careful not to miss your bus. If you have any questions when you are there, please visit the Tourist Information Center. I sincerely hope that everyone who watches this video will have an inspiring trip. If you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.
Curiosity connects us all. If you love discovering real culture, please subscribe this channel.